Well, hello again. All right, today we're going to look at writing and graphing equations in the form of y equals mx plus b. This lesson will help you on the summary side of your homework, the not required side. For those of you who followed this before, yes, there'll be something else in here. Just wait for it. All right, so we're talking about writing and graphing equations. We looked before at taking a written word and making a table from it and using that to find out what y equals mx plus b is. We're looking for that m and that b. We remember that m is the slope, which in this case can be the difference in y over the difference in x, or rise over run. Now the great thing about a table is a table gives you ordered pairs. Now here we've got this table. Now this table is horizontal. A lot of ours are, this table is vertical. A lot of ours are horizontal, but it doesn't matter because we always got coordinates. We've got the x, usually they're across the top row, x and y, and all we got to do is put them in x and y. So -1, 3. We've got 0, 1, 1, -1. Then we can plot those points. You'll see here they've plotted -1, 3, 0, -1, and 1, -1. So I got my line, and you'll notice some things about this. One, the slope is rising up to the left, and that makes it a negative slope. We always remember that. Rise to the left is a negative slope, rise to the right is a positive slope. So from here, we can move over here to step 3. Hopefully you can see this. So we can use that graph to write an equation. Now here's a really cool one. One, the minute we put it on here, we already know where the y-intercept is. It's right there. Up here, if you remember, anytime x is 0, whatever the other number is, that's the y-intercept. That's our b, which is 1. And the slope, we can actually use our rise over run. We don't have to do the difference in y over difference in x, because we can go, hey, here it is. It's a negative slope, so it's negative. From here, it rises 2, 1, 2, and it runs 1. There it is, -2 over the imaginary 1, because anything over 1 is itself. So that's the example. Let's work through one. All right, so we have a table for these exercises. The table is presented like it normally is, horizontally. We like that. And we write the ordered pairs. Now remember, we've got this here. So x, y, we've got -1, -3, 0, -2. Hey, remember, when x is 0, whatever the y is, that's the b. 1, -1, 2, 0, and lastly 3, 1. Now, next step is on the grid, graph them. So we're going to put them over -1, -3, 0, -2. There's your y-intercept where it hits that y-axis. 1, -1, 2, 0, and 3, 1. Now, we're going to draw a line. Didn't get my ruler out, so let me get a ruler out here. I get my handy dandy ruler out. I love lines. If you got dots on a chart, you should have lines, unless you can prove they don't belong there. When you're making lines, make sure they go all the way through the graph. Don't rip me off with little half lines. Good lines go all the way through. Later on, as you move along in your math, and it will make you much happier. So find the y-intercept. Well, I knew from up here that if x is 0, whatever's with it is b, or the y-intercept. I can also tell that from over here, where it intersects it. So it's -2. Find the slope. Well, I could use my difference in y over difference in x, or I could just pick a point here. Now, this is a positive slope, so I don't have to put anything down there. It rises 1 and runs 1, so the slope is 1 over 1, and anything over 1 is itself. Now, I'm writing the equation. Y equals, well, m is 1. It's that ninja. I don't have to write it. So I can just y equals x, and there's my b, -2, and now I have my equation. Now, if you paid all attention to this, if you'll just happily draw a smiling face here, then you'll get your +5 points. Thank you. I hope that helped. If it didn't, please come ask.